So you're watching a professional darts match. The tension's high. A player steps up to the line, needing a big score to win the leg. It's a moment we've all seen, but what's really going on in their head? Today, we're diving deep into the hidden strategy, the incredible mental math, and, really, the art behind the perfect checkout. You know, to most of us, a dartboard is just a target. You aim for the big points. You try to hit the doubles. Simple, right? Well, for a pro, this isn't just a target. It's a map. It's a complex mathematical landscape where they're not just aiming, they're navigating. Every single throw is a calculated decision. And this is where it gets absolutely wild. Just look at this chart. For any score between 2 and 170, it shows how many different three-dart combinations can win you the game. For a score of 77, you've got 905 options. And 58? Get this, a mind-boggling 1,404 different ways to finish. So how on earth does a player facing that much chaos make a single decisive choice? Well, the first step is pretty simple, actually. It's elimination. Before you can figure out the right way to go, you have to know all the paths that lead to a dead end. And pros know these dead ends instantly. And these dead ends, they have a name. They're called bogey numbers. Landing on one of these is a huge mistake, because with 3 darts in your hand, it is mathematically impossible to finish the leg from that score. Your turn is just over. And here they are. These 7 numbers are basically erased from a professional's mental map. Think about it. You can check out the maximum score of 170 with a triple 20, another triple 20, and then the bullseye. But 169? Nope, can't be done. Just knowing this provides a crucial first filter. It starts to bring a little bit of order to all that chaos. But here's the thing, knowing what's possible and what's impossible, that's just the entry-level stuff. The real art of the checkout, the thing that separates the good from the truly great, is planning for what's probable, imperfection. Amateurs aim for the perfect shot. Professionals plan for the miss. And this quote just nails it. A computer could tell you every single mathematical way to get to 0. But a pro, they're running a totally different kind of algorithm in their head. It's one that accounts for human error, for pressure, and for finding the safest route to a win, even when things don't go perfectly. Let's look at a classic example of what this means. It's called the principle of splitting the double. So you need 32 points. That's double 16. The pros love this number because it has a built-in safety net. If you miss and hit the single 16, you now need, 16, double 8. You can keep splitting the number in half. But now compare that to 40, or double 20. You miss, you're on 20. Miss again, you're on 10. Miss again, you're on 5. And you can't have 5. The D16 path gives you way more room for error. Okay, let's just walk through how incredible this safety net is. You start on 32. You're aiming for double 16. Oops, first dart misses. You hit a single 16. No problem. You're now on 16. You aim for double 8. Miss again. Hit a single 8. Still fine. You're on 8. You miss a third time. And you're still on a finish, needing just 4. That is an amazing 4 layers of safety built into one number. And this idea of managing the miss applies to setting up your shots too. Look at this. 61 points left, 2 darts in hand. An amateur might think, okay, I'll hit triple 15, that leaves me a nice clean 16. But what if you miss and hit the single 15? Now you're on 46 with 1 dart left, and that's not finishable. Your turn's over. The pro thinks differently. They'll aim for the outer bull, the 25. Hitting it leaves 36. But even if they miss and hit the single 25, they still have 36 left. Their turn stays alive. But you know, it's not all just cold, hard math. Darts isn't played by robots. The top players are also thinking about the physical feel of the game, their own muscle memory, their throwing rhythm, and of course, the insane pressure of the moment. And maybe the biggest human element of all, your opponent. Everything can change based on their score. If your opponent is way behind, you can play it safe. Be conservative. Take your time, use all 3 darts, and set yourself up for your favorite double, like that safety 16 we talked about. But if your opponent is also about to win, the rulebook goes out the window. You have to go for it. Safety doesn't matter anymore. If you've got 170 left, you take that high-risk, all-or-nothing shot. You have to. So let's bring it all together. We started with this problem of just overwhelming choice, this mathematical chaos. But now we can see how the mind of a professional dart player brings order to it all. Yeah, remember this? 905 different ways to finish from a score of 77.
It's just an impossibly huge sea of numbers to navigate.
So after all that, after filtering out the bogey numbers, planning for the miss, managing the board, and feeling the pressure from your opponent, which of these 95 paths does a pro actually take? And here's the answer. This is the pro's brain in action. That strategic algorithm we talked about filters all 905 of those options down to just a handful of preferred routes. And what do they all have in common? Look at that. They almost all end on the player's favorite safest double, in this case, the king itself, double 16. The pro's mind has taken pure chaos and turned it into one clear, optimal decision. So, the next time you're watching a player step up to that line, don't just look at where the dart lands. Think about the choice that was made before the throw. Because they're not just throwing a dart, they are executing a beautiful, complex strategy, a perfect blend of math and art, all designed to find a little bit of clarity in the chaos.